Welcome to our podcast. I am Rohan and I'm sitting with
Rajkumar.
And Zara.
and we are going to talk about Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
So, just a quick intro. Letterboxd is an app. It's a platform that was launched way back in 2011, if I'm correct. It's basically Goodreads for cinema. Now, when did you first open Letterboxd, Zara?
I actually opened it back when I was in my first year of bachelor's. It was introduced to me by my boyfriend. I started the account back then, but only after 2 years. One day, suddenly, I logged in all the movies that I have watched in my entire life.
Because I remember logging in like 200 films when I first opened Letterboxd. So, Rajkumar, when did you first open Letterboxd?
Yeah, so for me, I think it was an experience. Somebody asked me my 4 favorite films, and I could not answer it because I couldn't just think of it. And then I've asked someone whether they can actually recall it, and they told me, yeah. And they instantly recalled it. Then I thought, how did I do that? And then I got to know that there's an app where you can record movies, you can archive all of the movies at one place, and also get to explore the different recommendations that people suggest.
I think that's a great point, what you talked about, keeping a record. But as far as I can remember, for me, it was about showing the world what movies I like. It was like curating Instagram grid. I was basically performing on Letterboxd through the films that I was logging in. Interestingly, I wouldn't log in cheesy commercial rom-com Bengali films in Letterboxd because that wouldn't reflect the image I was trying to portray.
But also, at a certain point, it became a competition as well for people. Just to say that I watched 100 movies in 1 month or 500 movies in a year and all that. Right?
Exactly. I mean, that's the version I can relate to because when I started with this, people were trying to get ahead with the movies. They just want to increase the numbers. And I really understand that part where Rohan said that you were performing in Letterboxd. I think everyone had that phase and people are still doing it.
But think about the design, guys. Isn't it really interesting to search for movies and then see somebody saying something about it and that immediately get manipulated or probably buying into that idea, giving 4-star, 5-star personal experience, immediately watch a movie and then have this person to rate it immediately and then archive it somewhere so that other people can see it. So that concept of taste is really crucial here because you just, as you're saying, the performing thing, that this is the type of taste you have.
The movie doesn't even end, the credits are rolling in and you're like, oh, I must rate it 3-star on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how to rate a film.
Yes,
Unless
exactly.
I really love that film, I'm not rating it above 3 stars or 3.5 stars.
I've actually stopped rating the movies because I feel movies shouldn't be rated. On what basis it should be rated? If I like it that much, I'll just add it to my liked movies. And one thing that I found very skeptical about Letterboxd is how it shows your activities very publicly to everyone. I don't understand why they are doing that.
But I think that is the point, Box. It is social media for cinephiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the point is you're judging movies, so inherently you also judge people who watch those
Yes,
movies.
yes,
you know?
exactly.
Exactly.
When I am watching movies in theaters, one thing that goes through my mind throughout the entire movie is how should I put this in Letterboxd as a review? What should be interpreted?
Let me ask you a simple question. The positive aspects of it. Has Letterboxd changed anything new, especially things with discovery?
I think that's where Letterboxd has excelled, and that's why a lot of alt creators, indie movie creators, and movies that does not have huge production backing. Even if it's not trending in the box office, it might be trending on Letterboxd, and it drives more people to, oh, let me check this very obscure black and white film from, I don't know, nowhere, Slovenia. Interesting point you raised, the intellectualizing part about reviews. And I find it hilarious that on Letterboxd you will have giant 2,000-word essays which goes really deep into the cinema. And then you would have one-liners. I will read the last movie that I've logged with a review was Streetcar Named Desire, and I just wrote in the review, I gave it a 4.5 star, and I just wrote, Marlon Brando is so hot he can throw me off a cliff and I'll say thank you. That's my review of the entire
Yes,
film.
exactly. I have been a fan of one-liners.
Letterboxd blew up during COVID.
Oh, yes, yes, yeah.
That's when people had to rely on other people. Oh, what are you watching? So because movies were not coming out.
Yes.
So you had to go back and watch older films. And so I think within this time frame, that's all we can discuss about Letterboxd. There are way more interesting topics and points to go into. But yeah, thank you for listening to us. And until then, see you. Tata, bye bye.